I've never beaten Minecraft before. Okay, that's a lie. I technically have beaten it with friends and for challenge videos, but I've never started a world by myself with no special challenge and made it all the way to the Ender Dragon before. So I figured what better way to do this for the first time than to try to beat the entirety of Minecraft without taking a single tick of damage. Alright, attempt 1. We spawn in and why am I on a tree? This game wants to kill me. Anyways, I begin like you usually do in any other normal playthrough. Chop trees, make tools, chop stone, make better tools, peacefully relocate an entire family of sheep. You saw nothing. I also made sure to destroy an entire forest purely because I wanted to. Man, I sure do love destroying valuable ecosystems because I get bored easily. I spotted a nearby cave, so I decided to face my fears and head down there. Am I gonna regret it? We about find out.
You've killed 0 iron golems, but sure.
Oh, it's a creeper. No. Alright, maybe we let that creeper despawn and head down there later. I mean, what could possibly be worse than a creep? Since that cave is definitely staying unexplored for the near future, I instead decided to set out and try to find a village. It took quite a long time, especially since I literally spent the first 30 minutes of this attempt in one birch biome with no village in sight, but I was eventually able to find one. Once I settled down in the village, I decided to start making myself a nice little base nearby, which, in a challenge where a 4-block fall can end your entire run, probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I also made sure to use all of the excess dirt to fill in any spots where I could die to a 4-block fall, which works well for the village, just not anywhere else. I spent way longer than I should have working on this base, but honestly it was so worth it. I mean, look at this masterpiece. Now that the base was finished though, it was time to face my fears and head into the caves. Was that dramatic enough? I spent a little while on the outside of the cave, as I wanted to make sure I could go down there easily with as little danger as possible, because one wrong move and there's no I just...
Wow.
I'm debating... Wow, okay.
Trying to avoid skeletons, you take fall damage, of course.
That's crazy. Attempt 2! Same start, spawn in, smack tree, bam, bam, bam. Make tool, mine stone, bam, 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 bam. Make better tool. Alright, and we're back. After that first attempt, I realized my mistake of setting up a base and instead went straight into the caves where I had my first official mob encounter. We don't count last attempt's cave.
I think you quit after the Weeping Angel.
Alright, well, that was one of the most terrifying zombie fights I've ever done, but that's okay, we can go... okay. By the time I got out of the cave, it was starting to get dark, so I made the quick decision to hop on a boat and head out to the ocean. This quickly paid off as I was able to loot not 1, but 2 shipwrecks back to back. I waited out the rest of the night in my boat, and once daylight arrived, I began my trek across the plains biome in hopes to find... Yeah, as I'm sure you could have already guessed by now, fall damage really sucks in this challenge. When you're playing normal Minecraft, you never think too hard about a simple 4-block fall, as you usually just regenerate that lost health before you even realize it's gone. But here not so much. Attempt 3, and yes, I did use shaders for this one. I kind of switched between shaders and no shaders, so whenever you see the attempts bounce between them so suddenly, that's why. Well, you all know the start by now, I don't need to show it every single time. I got my stone tools and started traversing the acacia biome and found a ravine. The ravine didn't really have too much, and while scouting out where I wanted to go next, Oh, did I just do that?
Yep, and I saw the whole thing in 4K. You died in 4K.
Man, I really need to watch where I'm going. Attempt 4. I'm on a tree. Yet again. Quick side note, I think out of all the challenges I've done, this challenge has started me on top of trees so many times. I really think this game wants to kill me. Anyway, lots of wood. Stone tools, boat, and we're back, baby. I spent the night mainly on the ocean since that is by far the safest place I can be in a challenge like this. And you know, it paid off. Always does, always will. I found a few shipwrecks as well as a ruined nether portal, which after taking a good hard look at a magma block made me realize just how many things can end this run so fast. After looting that area, I continued looking for more shipwrecks and had a slightly close encounter with the drowned. Nothing too bad. Oh, he's got a trident. Oh, he's got a trident. Detour, detour. I continued looking for places to chill while I waited out the night, and I thought this polar bear would chill with me. My mistake. Ooh, come on, no.
Okay. I should have backed up more.
Another day, another tree spawn. I grabbed my stone tools and decided, you know what? I'm 5 attempts in with no meaningful progress. I need to change something. Turns out I changed the wrong thing.
Oh, hi. I mean, I have the high ground, so...
I am so sick of spawning on top of trees. Alright, bada bing, bada bam, bada boom, and we're back again.
Oh, that was close. That was too close for comfort.
Okay, we might not be back just yet. I actually found sheep on this attempt, which means for the first time since attempt 1, I finally get to sleep the nights away. After that, I made myself a shield using the iron nuggets I almost died trying to get earlier. This shield paired with me killing a zombie with full leather armor gave me the confidence I needed to yet again venture into the caves. Okay, it actually wasn't that bad, there was nothing in there. I found a ravine with some caves that I made sure to play it very safe in.
Oh, we're gonna get... This is the end of this road, definitely. Oh, no, I'm just kind of a gamer, I guess.
And after that, I continued searching for more good spots for loot. I then found this massive cave opening to which I obviously started exploring when... You hear that?
Wait a minute. I hear lava.
I heard some lava and immediately started digging towards it, as once I find enough lava I can make a portal and enter the nether. Sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry, I had to. All I needed now was a water bucket, which, let me just pause right here for a second. Writing this script, I honestly don't know why I never carried a water bucket on me. I mean, I'm not the best at water bucket clutches, but honestly, it was a really dumb move on my part to never carry this thing on me. It's like refusing to carry a reserve parachute because it doesn't have a 100% success rate. Actually, I don't know if that's the right analogy. Anyway, I had a few close calls with mobs, but I eventually got the water. I started building the nether portal, and while digging out the space for it, I actually found 4 diamonds, which was really nice. I ended up using 3 of those diamonds to make myself a very fancy new diamond pickaxe, and with nothing left to do, I made my way into the nether portal.
Here we go. Oh, this is...
Remember when I said this game wants to kill me? I wasn't lying. Because of this horrendous spawn, I went back to the overworld very briefly in order to gather enough building materials to safely make my way across this lava lake where I see literally no end in sight. Well, after gathering enough stone, I began my trek across this lake. Which, I mean, as you'd expect, didn't really go so well.
Enderman, get out of the way. Nope. Nope, and nope.
I decided to hop off for the day, and when the next day rolled around, I made it all the way to the other side with no problems whatsoever. Okay, I waited for the second gas to despawn, and once it did, I finally made it to some sweet netherrack. On my search for another fortress, I ran into a bit of a pickle, as one might say, and no, it wasn't the ghast. The only biome I could go towards was the Soul Sand Valley, which, as you may or may not know, has a lot of stuff that will easily deal damage to my poor 1 HP having soul. Now, I could be logical and head all the way back to my portal and bridge the opposite way, or...
I should just go for it. Oh, we're gonna have to take a gamble. There's a bunch of fire down there. Oh.
Alright, no more gambling. Let's get back to where I left off.
Ooh.
Alrighty, back in the nether on the very next attempt. Pretty lucky if you ask me. I built my little nether portal safety box and...
This is the perfect seat. Wait. How did I not notice that? This is crazy.
Okay, the luck continues, I guess. I had never expected to literally spawn next to a fortress after everything this game has thrown at me earlier. Well, I'm not complaining. I began exploring this nether fortress, making sure to take these corners extremely slow, in case a mob decided to sneak up and end this amazing run. I noticed that the majority of this nether fortress was in the soul sand biome, and I am not taking my chances with any skeletons on 1 HP, even with my shield. I instead began exploring the other sides of the fortress, and then, before I knew it, there he was. The Blaze. I had to be extremely careful here, as even with my shield, some blazes do like to aim at the ground, spawning fire right below the player, which you know doesn't really work in my case. I needed to be extra careful, so I made sure to place some slabs to limit the chances of me getting hit.
Oh! Oh, my bad.
We're back! Third time's the charm, right?
Are you kidding me? I let go of space for a split second because
I coughed. Bro. I'll see you guys back in the nether.
Shut up, chicken. Only the king. Or,
Alright, we're back in the nether on attempt 12. This time around, I don't even bother with a protective shell of cobblestone around the portal, as the last 3 times I've made one have all been for nothing. I began my oh-so-typical nether exploration when I had the thought that maybe, just maybe, there might be a nether fortress somewhere across this lava lake. And so, the bridge building segment begins.
these can hold me, right? I have a vague memory of these being able to hold me. Oh no, he's cold. I don't know about you guys. That doesn't really look like Nether Fortress. Ah, this way. We go that way. Or that way? Or that? Why does the Nether have to be so confusing? And I am not seeing anything. That's just wonderful. Bye. You too? Well, I guess you'll suffer the same fate. Hi, Enderman. Man, you guys really like it when I do this, huh? Uh-oh. The shield can't hold. Oh no! What have I done? I don't care if that's dangerous. I love doing it. He's been up there so long he grew up. We're gonna go that way and hope for the best. I didn't find a fortress, but after building for over an hour, I did manage to find what seemed to be promising land. However, this promising land wasn't so promising after all. Yeah, who knew in a 1 HP video the nether wouldn't look promising? Wow, what a twist. While exploring, I had a close call with a ghast. Oh, he's close. Oh, I'm cooked. And after that, I began searching for a piglin to trade with instead. I figured I'd at least get some ender pearls while trying to find this fortress, so I had been mining quite a bit of gold in the meantime. The piglin actually gave me a decent chunk of loot, so I let him out of his little 2x1 hole so he could roam free once more. Before I went on my way, I made sure to put some extra stuff that I didn't need in a chest, just so... Right. They don't like it when you open chests near them. I don't think I need to repeat myself anymore. Compilation, nether, go, now.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. It was all part of the plan. Oh. That's a... Oh, tragic. Actually tragic. I wanted to get my... That was 4 blocks. Wait, that's what we do. That last thing you saw, it was a failure. It was just absolutely pitiful. But this is going to be the one. After 5 more attempts, we are finally back to the nether. Now, as I'm sure you can all tell after making it this far, I learned from my mistakes very well. So when I entered the nether this far into the challenge, I made sure that I would make it to that nether fortress no matter what, and I would make it out in one piece. I can explain. Attempt 19. You've seen the early game so much by now, I usually wouldn't show it, but honestly, this spawn area was pretty cool, so here it is.
I spawned in a jungle, got some stone tools, and made my way up this mountain, which honestly would make for the perfect base outside of this 1 HP hardcore challenge. I made my way through some caves in order to get just enough iron for a flint and steel plus a bucket. And with that, we're back in the nether for the 6th time. Again. Made it through the basalt biome, no problems whatsoever, continued exploring. Traded with piglins, got literally nothing. Skipped around to Soul Sand Valley because you already know I am not dealing with that. I made a simple little bridge and I am going to lose. At this point in the challenge, I decided that, at least for this video, I would play until I got one more good attempt. Not an attempt where I die on the first night, desperately trying to climb a hill to a village, but one more good attempt. And a good attempt I sure did get. Yeah, no, I'm done with this challenge for now. 50 likes and I'll probably return to it, but otherwise, no. I am not having another fall damage death on one of my best runs out of this whole video.